bad
This is
things
Jim
that you
Cooper
did
of
for
Tennessee.
Mr. Trump. And at some point, you apparently changed your course of action. There's a recurring refrain in your testimony that says, "And yet, I continued to work for him."
Oh, here we
But
go.
at
I
some
think he's
point
getting to
you
what we've been
changed.
saying all day.
What was the breaking point
No.
at which you decided to start telling the truth?
When I got
There are
caught.
several factors.
Let's keep it real.
Helsinki,
Nah,
Charlottesville.
when they raided your office and got the evidence.
watching the daily destruction of our civility to one another.
No,
Come on,
silly
come
things
on,
like
come on.
this.
You were part of that destruction.
Really unbecoming of Congress. It's that sort of behavior that I'm responsible for. I'm responsible for your silliness because I did the same thing that you're doing now for
Wow,
10
that's pretty good.
years.
Yeah.
I protected Mr. Trump for 10 years.
Just like you're doing now.
Right.
Say
And the
that.
He
fact
did
that
it. He
you
just
pull
said
up
it.
a news article that has no value to it, and you want to use that as the premise for discrediting me, that I'm not the person that people called at 3 o'clock in the morning, would make you inaccurate. In actuality, would make you a liar, which puts you into the same position that I am in. And I can only warn people,
this is
the
really
more
good.
people that follow Mr. Trump, as I did blindly, are going to suffer the same consequences that I'm suffering.
What warning would you give young
That was
people
excellent.
Yeah.
who are tempted, as you were? Would you encourage them not to wait 10 years to see the light? What advice would you give young people, in particular young lawyers, so they do not abuse their bar license as you did?
Look at what's happened to me. I had a wonderful life. I have a beautiful wife. I have 2 amazing children. And I achieved financial success by the age of 39. I didn't go to work for Mr. Trump because I had to. I went to work for him because I wanted to. And I've lost it all. So if I'm not a picture perfect, that's the picture that should be up there. If I'm not a picture perfect example of what not to do, that's the example that I'm trying to set for my children. You make mistakes in life, and I've owned them, and I've taken responsibility for them. And I'm paying a huge price, as is my family. So if that in and of itself isn't enough to dissuade somebody from acting in the callous manner that I did, I'm not sure that that person has any chance, very much like I'm in right now.
That was also
Recurring
powerful.
theme in your testimony is concern for your family's safety. What specifically are you most concerned about?
Well, the president, unlike my Cohen for Trump that has 1,000 followers, he's got over 60 million people. And when Mr. Trump turned around early in the campaign and said, I can shoot somebody on 5th Avenue and get away with it, I want to be very clear. He's not joking. He's telling you the truth. He said, you don't know him. I do. I sat next to this man for 10 years, and I watched his back. I'm the one who started the campaign, and I'm the one who continued in 2015 to promote him. So many things I thought that he can do that are just great. And he can, and he is doing things that are great. But this destruction of our civility to one another is just, it's out of control. And when he goes on Twitter and he starts bringing in my in-laws, my parents, my wife, what does he think is going to happen? He's sending out the same message that he can do whatever he wants. This is his country. He's becoming an autocrat. And hopefully something bad will happen to me or my children or my wife so that I will not be here and testify. That's what his hope was. It was to intimidate me. And again, I thanked everybody who joined and said that this is just not right.
Have you ever seen Mr. Trump personally threaten people with physical harm?
No. He would use others.
He would hire other people to do that?
I'm not so sure that he had to hire them. They were already working there. Everybody's job at the Trump organization is to protect Mr. Trump. Every day, most of us knew we were coming in and we were going to lie for him on something. And that became the norm. And that's exactly what's happening right now in
There's
this
no way
country.
this isn't
And it's
just
exactly what's happening
devastating.
here in government, sir.
Yeah.